Hi, welcome back to the CYO citizenship class yes/no question review. These are the yes/no questions that are part of your citizenship interview. And we're going over the words and just talking about the words themselves and what they mean, not even putting them in the sentence. And once again, I'll remind you, although you're looking at the sheet and where you see the words written on there, you don't have to know how to read them and you don't have to know how to spell them, but you should be able to hear the word and recognize it and be able to tell the officer the meaning of the word if he asks. Okay, well, I lied to you. So this is part 9. It is not the last, but it is also part 10. So this is the last of the videos in the session. There will be 9 videos total that goes over all of the words you need to know for yes, no. But because the last 2 parts are short, I'm going to combine them. Okay, so I told you a lie, right? Did I tell you the truth? No, I lied to you. And that's actually the first couple of words here. First bunch of words: false, or fraudulent, or misleading. All about the same thing. False means not true. Fraudulent also means lying. And misleading is a little different. It can make somebody believe something that's not true. Okay? A lie, or that you lied, is to say things that are not true. Okay? All right. We're going to talk about some more immigration and Army things. But so something they will ask about is if you have ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States. I think most people know the word deported because, especially in the beginning, I bet maybe you were a little afraid of being deported, which means that the US government would send you back to your home country where you were born. Okay? Removed and excluded are also kind of like that, okay? But they sort of mean deported, all right? The United States Armed Forces. We say military, we say army, and we say armed forces, all the same thing. But besides army, it also includes Navy and Air Force. They will ask if you were ever a member of the armed forces in the United States. Many people are. If you say no, there's a whole bunch of other questions about being in the military. Sometimes they don't ask because they know you weren't. Sometimes they still ask those questions. So we're just going to be ready for them, because they might ask if you ever had a court-martial. And court-martial is if you are a soldier and you get in trouble and break the law, then instead of the police arresting you, it happens inside the military. And so here's a picture of one soldier arresting another soldier. And when you go to trial, that is called a court-martial. All right. They might ask if you ever discharged from the Army. And discharged is when you leave. And sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's because there's a problem. They could also ask if you have an exemption from military service. And that's something where there's a reason why you don't have to join the Army in the first place. Some people, certain religions give you an exemption from military service. Okay. They will ask about selective service or draft. Now, who has to register for selective service? If you are a young man between the ages of 18 and 26. So if you are a woman, no. If you came to this country and you were over 26, no, you did not have to. But if you did come as a young man, your caseworker helped you apply for selective service. If you came here as a child and you turned 18, you should on your own apply for selective service. Another word they use is draft. It means the same thing. And it means if the government asks you have to join the Army. And this is only done in times of war, big wars. Okay? Now, so here's the tricky part. And I'll tell you this just so you're ready. You are asked the yes, no questions. And for most part, it's no, 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 no. Sometimes, though, the good answer is a yes. So 2 things. One is never answer the question before the interviewer asks it. Wait till him finish the whole sentence before you say yes or no. Okay? And then the way he asks it, sometimes he turns it. So it should be a yes or it should be a no. So listen to how he asks it. All right. So, but the last bunches are all yes. Okay. They will ask, do you support the Constitution? Support the Constitution. Now, you all know what the Constitution is. You learn that in your civics, right? But to support the Constitution means that you will follow the laws of the Constitution. That is support. All right. They will ask if you will take the oath of allegiance. Oath is a promise that you take. Okay. But the oath of allegiance is special. And that's the oath that you will take when you become a citizen. And it says that you will promise to be loyal to the United States and to let go of any old loyalties to other countries, okay? They will ask if you are willing to bear arms. And that's a funny way of saying that you will carry or use a gun or a weapon. They will say, if the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? And bear arms is just a way of saying that you would be a soldier. Besides being a soldier, they might ask if you would be willing to do non-combatant services. Non-combatant services. Remember, non means like no, okay? So what is that? And that is jobs in the Army that are not fighting. So maybe you say, well, I will cook the food in the Army, or I will be a doctor or a nurse in the Army. So you're not fighting, but you are still in the Army. That's what that means. And the last part of these questions is, are you willing to do work of national importance under civilian direction? A lot of words, right? So work of national importance means something that's going to help the US. Under civilian direction means it would not be in the Army. It would be outside of the Army. So maybe you work for a company that makes weapons or makes something that the Army uses. That's work of national importance under civilian direction. Well, congratulations, everybody. You made it. That's all of the words you need to know to completely pass the yes/no question section of your interview to become a citizen. Okay, so what can you do next? You can go back and listen to any of these videos to listen to how I say it and practice what the words mean. You can go back and just look at your sheets. Look at the word, look at the picture, and look at the definitions and the examples. There's space on all of these sheets that if you want to look up the word in your own language and write it, you may do that, okay? And keep practicing so that if I ask you, what does this word mean? You can explain it, okay? Thank you very much for listening and good luck. And I will be happy when you become a citizen. Bye-bye.